One of the things that we want to do when we are going into an investment is to think about how we're going to come out of the investment. It's kind of what he and I talked about the other day. Was there are certain areas of town where you can get real estate a lot cheaper, right? And sometimes, especially when we're talking about rental income and purchase price, there's some certain ratios that we'd really like to stay into to make the math just work real easily. But can you get those ratios in premium parts of town? Maybe, maybe not, right? So sometimes you might go into a less desirable, more affordable place of town to buy a piece of property because the rental rates versus the purchase price are a lot better ratio. Well, why is that? Makes you think, doesn't it? How come someone would pay a higher rent per square foot maybe in a certain area based on the purchase price per square foot, right? Kind of ratios. Makes you think, doesn't it? So one thing I always consider is that the reason why that property might be cheaper might not really be a good deal. Because are we looking for location? Or are we looking for a good deal? A lot of guys come up to me, all they go,
Greg, I just got a great deal on a piece of real estate.
I'm like, really? That's fantastic. Tell me what you just bought. And it's something I would never touch in my life, okay? So the good deal sometimes always isn't a good deal. You have to look at all the different components. And of course, your exit strategy should be one of the first things on top of your mind. When I buy this property, how am I going to get out of it, right? And if the property is going so cheap, there might be a reason, right? So you have to kind of think things through in that regard. So sometimes it might be better to spend $100,000 on a house as opposed to spending $35,000 on a house. It might just be better because trying to resell that might be a little easier, right? Nobody might want to be in the neighborhood where you can pick up a $35,000 house. Your rents might be stronger. You might be able to get a better cash flow return on the lower end property, right? You might be able to rent a $35,000 house for $600 and a $1,000 house for $1,100. So the ratios, right? You're working those ratios. So the cash flow might be a lot better. However, think about a few things like what's the quality of the tenant that want to live there, right? Do you really want your spouse on Friday night at 9 o'clock at night to have to go tend to a problem?